Let it begin. Ah, thank you for the new theme song, John Reynolds. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Hit of the Week Parlor Party with Mr. John Reynolds. Say hi.
I do.
There he is. And Janet Klein, that's me. And here we are, starting off yet another week of loneliness and quarantine. However, I have to say that it's actually been quite social because I've been able to visit with John Reynolds every day of the week this week. I've
Yes,
enjoyed it.
it's been fun.
In a certain sort of tragic way. It's really, I mean, it's almost like
Sometimes
being
tragic.
it's almost like being in uh like a floating island of purgatory where everything on your little island is actually just fine. It's just that beyond the doorstep, it looks like it could be an abyss of something
I,
else.
I've been feeling that way for at least 10 years.
Oh. Well, you know what I was just thinking to myself. I says I to myself, every time you do have trouble, if you really pay attention, there are consolation prizes. And I think it's because you're not in an easy mode of habits and things that are sort of drifting in a certain easy way. And so everything is up for grabs. And so I think in this case, the consolation prize has been a that out of my attitude towards technology has suddenly changed because I'm the last one to do any of
Yes,
this technology stuff, and I poo-poo the Facebook, etc. Because I'm not built for this. Like, I don't just go, oh boy, I can't wait to try out that new technology thing and start learning something from scratch technology wise. So I'm reticent, but because I always say, oh, it's just a tool. It's just a tool. I got lots to do, so I don't really want to use that tool. But necessity and this sudden need for, oh my gosh, we we don't have any gigs. How are we going to do what we do? And so suddenly it made total sense, and I'm on board. I surrendered completely. I'm learning things every single day. And also, John, don't you think that most musicians would actually really, really, really want to play for people every single day if you could, if you got booked? Except we'll, take off to relax. But
yes.
would and so
Maybe
now
not,
we made our own thing. We could do it every single day if we want.
yeah, maybe not every day, but
Right.
a couple of times a week. That,
Well, maybe it's just because we're feeling extra desperate right now that we're doing it every day. It's a kind of a good constitutional
yeah,
instead of panicking.
no panicking.
So that said, I
Yeah,
would like to do a song. May I?
please.
This song comes from a movie called The Son of Kong. And our dear friend Stephen Smith, who's I know has been tuning in and and contributing too to our cause, he just wrote a book which is going to be out in May, I believe, on Max Steiner, who wrote the score for this movie, Son of Kong. And
Right.
it so happens he even wrote some little incidental things. And this is a song that Helen Mack sings in a tent, putting on a show, I think, in the jungle. And she sings this song in the movie, and everybody talks over her the whole time. But when I saw the movie, I thought, that is such a good little song she's singing. No one's listening. And so I learned it. So here it is.
Great.
Oh, I've got the runaway blues. I want to wander away. Oh, I've got the runaway blues today. Don't want to stay. I know that trains are going somewhere and steamers are sailing the blue. They go. But baby, what do I care? 'Cause none of them's going to you. I don't want the train on the track, don't want the ship on the sea. Why? 'Cause they ain't bringing you back to me. I hear the steamer whistle sighing. Ooh, ooh. It's just the echo when I'm crying. Ooh, ooh. You went away and never told me what for, what for. And now your arms will never hold me no more, no more. I don't want the train on the track, don't want the ship on the sea. Why? 'Cause they ain't bringing you back to me, for me.
Bravo.
Thank you, dear, dear.
Lovely.
How about a John Reynolds tune?
Yeah. Here's one from 1932. I'll never be the same. Nothing's what it once used to be. I'll never be the same. Stars have lost their meaning for me. And when the songbirds that sing tell me it's spring, I can't believe their song. Once love was king, but kings can be wrong. I'll never be the same. There is such an ache in my heart. Oh, I'll never be the same since we were apart. And there's a lot that a smile can hide. I know down deep inside I'll never be the same, never be the same again. Oh, I'll never be the same. There is such an ache in my heart. I'll never be the same since we were apart. And there's a lot that a smile can hide. I know down deep inside I'll never be the same, never be the same again.
Beautiful. That is one of my favorites that you do, John. Thank you.
Thank you very
Oh
much.
my gosh. And you know what? Another one of my favorite versions of that song was recorded by Adelaide Hall. Oh, look it up. Look these things up, folks. Right? Don't miss
Adelaide
it.
Hall did a beautiful recording of it, and so did Mildred Bailey.
Okay, maybe I don't know hers yet, but dreams
Dreams.
are the stuff that dreams are made of. Hey, you want to see
Yes.
something beautiful? This is from my garden. I plucked these today. Look at this. Spring is, you can't imagine the smell. Oh my gosh. Nasturtiums, woo! And these big giant roses and everything. Isn't that beautiful?
Janet, that
I
looks
wish you could smell.
absolutely gorgeous.
Oh my God.
And
The
your
garden
garden,
is happy.
the people who don't know, right behind you is a beautiful window and a beautiful porch and a beautiful garden right out that window.
And I've got a big California pepper tree back there, and we
Ancient.
forage and we eat the pink peppercorns from it. The California
Mm,
peppercorns. So fun.
it's so good for you too.
It's yeah, I'm a pepper pot. Hey, I have something I wanted to share tonight because let's see, our last episode, everybody really enjoyed seeing the photographs of your grandmother, Zezu
Yeah,
Pitts, great
yeah.
Zezu Pitts, and I wanted to show this time my grandfather, uh,
Please.
who was the entertainer grandfather. This is let's see if this works. His name was Marty Klein, and he was a professional prestidigitator, which means that he was a magician, but that's a kind of magician who does everything with dexterity. Oh,
I've seen film footage of him somehow, I think, lighting a cigarette in midair.
yes, he did a lot of cigarette tricks. He looked like a Jewish Clark Gable. I'm gonna show you. But I thought his best thing was, he could make these cigarettes appear out of thin air and a pipe and a cigar, etc., because they did those kind of smoking acts in those days. But his coolest thing was he could throw a matchbook, a physical matchbook, up in the air, strike the match
Yes.
mid-air, and then
Yeah.
light it. Oh,
And didn't Orson Welles
yes,
say that
he was a
he
fan.
was
And
one of the
Johnny
greatest?
Carson. They
Yes.
discussed him one day. And so here goes. Here is one of the photographs I have of him. Is it without the reflection?
So handsome. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I had these promotional photographs and things of him, and they they held my imagination as a kid. My grandmother was, oh,
That'll come later.
okay.
Later.
That looks good. So I have these brochures. This is a drawing from one of the reviews that he did. This was called
Oh,
"It Ain't Houdini, It's Marty Klein Fooling the Lads at Harry Revel's Knickerbocker Hotel Show, December 10th, 1944." Drawing by Bub Thomas, and Harry Revel, of course, was one of the great composers of all time. Harry
yeah.
Revel and Matt Gordon, and
You
this was
say
his
Revel. I say
show.
Revel.
Oh,
Is it Revel?
we could be corrected depending on if somebody tells us better. I'm not
Peter
sure.
Minton would tell us,
Like
I think.
Lida Roberti, is it Lida Roberti? I'm not sure, but live and
Uh,
learn. Every day
yeah.
is another opportunity to live and learn, right?
Always. I'm always
Oh
learning.
my God. Well, so what did you bring to show and tell today?
Well, it's very interesting. Recently, our government, our Congress, just passed some legislation, excuse me, where all the money is going to go right to the top again. Did you know this? Trillions of dollars. It's here. Let me just show you this.
Oh no.
And in honor of that, I did this.
Oh.
Can you see that?
Oh.
It shows a kind of a rich guy showing a poor guy that his, you know what, his ass is grass, basically.
Yeah, right. They've come up
Isn't
with
that,
another way.
isn't that fun?
Oh, I want to cry.
Yeah.
The fella, he looks a little bit like the Monopoly money guy as a young man.
Yes.
Yes. That's great. What do you call that
There's
painting?
the
What do you
rich
call
man.
that? What do you call it?
Well, he's the kind of the daddy warbucks, one percenter we call them now. And here's the common man, a little bit worried.
Yeah, I say so. Well, thank you for
Okay.
sharing that because I guess this just keeps on keeping on. What the heck?
Yeah.
What the
They're
heck?
kind of taking
What the heck?
advantage of.
Uh, ah.
Uh,
Well, anyway, we're trying to do this little thing in lieu of those physical gigs, but just think of it this way. We can actually bring our stuff out to people that are too far away to even come to a show. So we're hoping that little by little, there'll be more people that like us and tune in and contribute, buy our CDs, for instance, on the Amazon. You can find, we've done 9 CDs and they're floating out there, including a rare vinyl that we did in Japan. There's just things
yeah.
that you could find if you're really interested. There's
Okay.
great paintings by Mr. John Reynolds, and in fact, we're gonna do a special thing today.
Yeah.
I was recalling the fun times we had playing at the Silent Movie Theater on Fairfax. And we would do a silent movie show there where we'd play an opening set and then they would show shorts. Then they'd have an intermission. The great Bob Mitchell would play theater organ. And then during the intermission, they would do a contest. And so the contest was that if you can identify all the pictures of the silent movie stars that were hung on the wall, then you'd get a prize. Okay, so I have some beautiful portraits of 5. Get your pencils out, everybody. 5 very distinguished, fascinating actors of the day from like 1929, 1930. And the first person to write in on this Facebook thing correctly, all 5 names identified, they will get a prize. And the prize is going to be a special drawing by Mr. John Reynolds, artiste
Ta-da!
and
That would be
musician
me.
extraordinaire. And also, if you give us your mailing address, we can do this. And whoever's brave enough to venture to the post office, but we'll figure that out. And you just have to give us your address if we tell you you won. And then I'm going to also make you a cheer up package of miscellaneous things that will cheer you up no matter what. Okay, so are you
Yay.
ready for this?
A
I'm
cheer
going to.
package.
It's just cheer
Cheer
package.
package.
So one moment, please. And John, how about if you want to play some lilting melodies underneath these portraits? It's just going to be 5 portraits.
Yeah.
It'll go by twice.
Yeah.
You could see them
Okay.
twice. So write down your
Yeah.
answers, and maybe you can do that kind of Jeopardy music, or something.
Yeah. Kind of silly, kind of.
Okay. All right, here it goes. I'm going to do this right now. Who are these nice people? Who is this? All right, it's going to go around one more time, so you get another chance to view the stars. Get your pencil out. Mark your score sheet. Here's the last one. Thank you. Well, who's gonna be the lucky one to get a John Reynolds original drawing signed and a mystery cheer up package from me? So, anyhow, John,
Yeah,
you got another ditty you were gonna do.
I was. Hello, beautiful.
Oh, yes. Love it.
Keep going.
You gonna sing it? Ah. Whoa!
Hey,
Banjo
Janet.
magic.
Janet, look what I found.
What is it?
It's a picture of me in 1956.
Can you
I
hold it
have
up higher? Oh my. Oh,
that's
wait a
that's
minute. Which one are you? Is the first the bigger one is Ralph, your brother, and are you in
yeah,
the middle?
yeah. And then Zazu.
And
That's
Zays,
at the
can you hold it up a little
Desi
higher?
Studios.
Can you hold it up a little higher on the screen? Oh, that is
What
so
used to be the RKO
adorable.
Studios.
Oh, look at that
And
sweet
then,
punum.
yeah,
Oh,
now it's all part of Paramount.
the, the archive, you mean?
No, the whole building.
Oh, what was?
Originally, it was RKO Studios. Then it was the Desi Lou Studios in the
Yeah,
50s.
wow.
Then it became part of the Paramount complex, all in that right Melrose and Gower.
So, what year was that taken, you think?
This was taken in 1956.
Wow. Up higher, though. Up higher.
Higher.
Oh, there you go. Well, oh,
Uh-oh.
there it
It's
is.
it, it's shiny.
Oh, there it is. Perfect.
Oh
Oh,
my God.
Zayzu and the Reynolds brother.
We're wearing our Bullocks Wilshire sweaters.
Oh man, classy,
Oh yeah.
adorable. Oh, I like that.
Those are the days, yeah.
Well, you want to see have another show and tell item? This was made for for me as a little present. This is a little pipe cleaner replica of the of Francis Williams in the movie Hollywood Party.
Oh,
Wait,
great.
wait, was it called Hollywood Party or was Schnarzan? Was it called Hollywood Party?
Oh,
The
no,
one where
with
she,
Jimmy Durante.
yeah, she was in this movie with Jimmy Durante, and she was on a pedestal doing this little dance with a whole bevy of switchboard operators around her and performing Hollywood Party. Get up,
Yes.
get in. I
I
think that was
was
the name of the film too.
I was lucky enough to meet the King's Men who sang in it. And the King's Men replaced the Rhythm Boys in the early 30s at Paul Whiteman's orchestra.
Oh, I've never heard about that.
It's a fascinating movie because you get to see Laurel and Hardy and the Three Stooges with Ted Healy. You know, I think it's 1934 or 3.
Yes.
And
And
the
Dolores
band,
Del Rio, Lupe Velez is in it,
yes,
right?
and the
Doing
whole
a
orchestra
comedy
is
thing
on
with,
this huge, gigantic, they're all on separate little things high on the wall. It's a must see.
Wow. Yeah, I love that picture. I mean, it's really, oh, one of my favorite parts in it is Jimmy Durante sitting at the piano with Polly Moran singing "I've Had My Moments." That was
Wow.
that
Yeah,
was
that's
that was
fantastic.
so memorable. Oh.
Yeah.
See, it's I mean, and this is not of our era. Just to say to anybody, all the young folks
Yeah.
who maybe don't know any of those silent movie or the early talkie picture stars, for instance, but look how much you have to look forward to if you look them up. You know, people before that came before you
Yeah. They
can
have
be
to do
so
a little digging.
interesting. So, all right, well, I'm ready to do another one, man.
Please.
This one, I think it was also from a movie, but I'm not going to remember the name of it. It might have been Showgirl in Hollywood with Alice White. Oh no, it's from a movie called Playing Around from 1929. And I don't think I ever saw this film. I think I found it from the sheet music. But Alice White movies are out there. There's some good ones. And so here goes. Uh, I just love tunes like this because they're the kind of tunes that in the movies you might see some girl just in a pickle, and they're standing there on the stage, maybe holding their purse or something and delivering the song just to say there's so many little troubles that we can find ourselves in.
Yeah.
And here goes. Love is something peculiar. Love is something that's grand. Yet no one figures out just what it's all about. Love is always a puzzle, ever old and yet new. You never seem to know it after all you go through. It's a funny thing that just comes along. Sometimes it's right, sometimes it's wrong. You learn about love every day. Maybe it's a thrill for only a while. Maybe a tear, maybe a smile. You learn about love every day. Sometimes your heart might be glad, then your heart might be sad. Oh, it's all in the game, so they say. Maybe you can feel, no, he'll be true. Maybe he won't. What can you do? You learn about love every day.
Bravo. Bravo. Bravo.
Thank you very much. Well, let's see. What else were we gonna do today?
On a dewy day.
I think
Actually,
you
it's
were gonna
rain
do
today.
that beautiful song, Little Girl. How about it?
Little girl.
Anything else that you wanted to just chitty chat about before you do that?
No. No thanks.
Okay. Well, anyway, just to say to everybody out there joining in with us once again for this hit of the week parlor party. John Reynolds swinging it. And Janet Klein, come back again. Press the like button on the computer screen, and so you'll be sure to get more alerts about when we're doing this again. We've been doing it a lot. Just keep everybody company and just to put on shows as much as we can. And we'll have to report in on what's going to happen with all the wonderful venues and places we love. I heard that Nate and Al's just closed down.
It has closed down for good.
The
I
chopped
went there a
liver.
few
Who's going
times
to
in the
carry
80s.
on the traditions?
It's gone.
I was in there at Nate Now's. I went with Rusty Frank, and we had such a great time. And we had this young waiter, I said, you probably don't even know this, but this food tastes exactly like the food that my grandparents would order. The pumpernickel, the chopped liver, the egg salad, the pickles, everything is just exactly like lost in time. You know, the potato salad even has a look like you don't see anywhere else.
Yeah.
And he said, you know what, I know that because sometimes we get new chefs, and if they want to change anything, the owners would always say, oh no, that is not the point.
Thank God. Thank God.
But
I know.
now,
I know it's gone.
well,
I was very lucky as a kid in the 50s, and the last time I went there with my mother was in the mid 70s. We went to Don the Beachcomber, which used to be up the street from Pickwick Bookstore. All of that is gone. I think the street is even gone. But Don
where
the
was it?
Beachcomber,
Where was it?
it was on a street that ran parallel to Highland, but it was up from Hollywood Boulevard. And the restaurant opened around 1937, Polynesian food.
Yeah,
Navy grog was my mom's favorite drink, and my favorite dish was pressed duck. It was delicious.
oh, exotique.
As a child, I just
I
loved it.
love those things. I love all the old places. Nick Odell. Do you remember Nick Odell?
Yes, right by
Oh,
Paramount Studios.
oh, that was so fabulous. When I first came to Los Angeles, I remember, I was just so attracted by the beautiful sign. It was just a perfect lost in time kind of sign. Maybe the place was built in the 20s or 30s, right there in front of the Paramount studio.
Yes,
And I remember I parked across the street. I went in, and there was a maitre d, and it was in the afternoon, and the maitre d looked like an old boxer. He had kind of one funny eye, and he
yeah,
had a suit on and everything, and the wooden lined walls and the little red booths with white tablecloths. And honest to goodness, this was in 1984 or something, and there was a lady with a hat on drinking tea all by herself there at one of the tables. It was just like it was like a movie set.
yeah.
And
And
then
it turned out it was Edith Head.
it might have been. I mean,
I'm joking.
LA is that way. You never know
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you're gonna, mingle with something historical like that for fun. Anyway, go ahead.
May I?
I'm gonna make a toast,
Yeah.
a little cocktail hour toast,
Here I
and
go.
then
You ready?
John will swing us out with one more little version of Little Girl. Was that one that uh not Louis Jordan. Maurice Chevalier. Did he do that one?
I think he did this one. One of my favorite recordings of Little Girl is actually with Venuti and Lang
Ooh, I
from
don't know.
31.
Let's look it up.
Oh God, it was so good.
Happy days. Good to be with you. Good to be with everybody.
Love you, Janet.
I love you,
Cheers.
dear. Cheers. Cheers. Mhm. One more out, and we'll just say good evening. Another episode has been rendered.
It has been rendered. Little girl, you're the one girl for me. Little girl, you're as cute as can be. Just a glance at you, that love from the start. Oh, what a thrill came into my heart. Little girl, with your cute little ways, I'm yours for the rest of my days. And this great big world would be divine. Little girl, when you're mine, oh mine. Little girl, with your cute little ways, I am yours for the rest of my days. And this great big world would be divine. Little girl, when you're mine, oh mine.
Yeah. Good night, everybody. Thank you, John. We'll be back for
Good night,
more.
Janet.
Don't
Have a
forget,
lovely
we'll be
night.
back. We'll be back. We'll be back. Yay.